Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and then make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. My predictions for this week would be that number 1 would be In the Heart of the Sea, number 2 would be Mockingjay Part 2, number 3 would be Krampus, number 4 would be Creed, and that number 5 would be The Good Dinosaur. And unfortunately, I only got one of my predictions correct, which is pretty unfortunate. Let's get into what happened, shall we? Number 1, once again, somehow not being able to be topped, was Mockingjay Part 2, making $11,300,000 this weekend. That adds to a total of $244 million, which is very good. I am honestly really surprised that In the Heart of the Sea didn't beat it. I thought it would be able to, and maybe it will when the official numbers come out, because this is just the weekend estimates, but I'm actually really shocked. Number 2 was, if you couldn't tell, In the Heart of the Sea. It made $11,005,000, so it was only $295,000 away from Mockingjay, and unfortunately it looks like we may have another box office bomb because the budget is $100 million according to Wikipedia, and it made $11 million this weekend, and there's no way it'll probably get word of mouth because the Rotten Tomatoes number is low, and also Star Wars is coming out next week. So everyone's gonna be out seeing Star Wars and no other movie ever, so dang it. I actually really liked In the Heart of the Sea. I'm surprised it got some hate because I thought it was a pretty good movie, but oh well, it's just one of those things, I guess. Number 3 was actually The Good Dinosaur. It made $10,497,000 this weekend. That adds to a total of $89 million, and unfortunately, it still hasn't crossed over $100 million yet. I'm still a little shocked by that. I thought it would have been able to on its third week. It's its third week, right? Yeah, it's its third week. And its budget, according to Wikipedia, is $200 million. I'm not surprised by that because most animated films are $200 million or around that. Cars 2 was a $200 million animated movie by Pixar, so I'm not surprised that Good Dinosaur is around that number. I'm just really bummed that this movie hasn't gotten its budget back. Worldwide, it probably has, but domestically, it hasn't, which is kind of unfortunate. I really like The Good Dinosaur. I think that got a bad rap. But anyways, number 4 was Creed, a movie that definitely did not get a bad rap. It made $10,120,000 this weekend, adding to a total of $79 million, and it has exceeded its budget by double, actually. It's doubled its budget already of $35 million. It's beyond that, which is very good. I still need to watch the other Rocky movies before seeing this movie, so I haven't seen it yet, and I really want to because I hear it's great and the trailers look good. So hopefully someday, over the rainbow, I will watch this movie. But for now, number 5 was Krampus, which made $8 million this weekend, adding to a total of 28. Now, I'm not actually concerned because it already made $13 million more than its budget. It's $2 million away from being double its budget. I'm just really shocked that it dropped from number 2 all the way down to number 5. I thought it would have been able to stick around a little longer up there with Mockingjay, but wow, apparently not that many people wanted to see Krampus for its second week, but oh well, I mean, it still got its budget back. It's not bombing or anything, so it's fine. Number 6 was Spectre. It made $4 million, adding to a total of $190 million. It's getting so close to its budget of $245 million domestically, but it's just not going to get there. It'll be gone soon, eventually. Like, I'm going to guess that it'll be, like, number 9 or something like that next week, but it'll be gone, like, after Star Wars is out. Just oh well, sorry Bond, you got close, kinda close, but oh well, worldwide you did very good though. Number 7 was The Night Before. This movie's still sticking around because Christmas and comedies and Seth Rogen on drugs. It made $3 million this weekend, adding to a total of $38 million, and that is very good because its budget was 25, made $13 million more than its budget, which at first it was kind of bombing. It wasn't really bombing because its budget was so low, and it made like, I forget how much it made on its opening weekend. Someone please remind me because I am too lazy to look it up. But now it's doing pretty good. It won't be like a big grosser or anything like that, like Neighbors or another Seth Rogen movie that was high grossing or something like that. But, it's doing very good as far as comedies go. Anyways, number 8 was the Peanuts movie. It made $2,650,000 this weekend, adding to a total of 124, which is still very good. I'm a little bummed that this movie isn't making like a lot of money. I'm a little surprised by that also because the Peanuts are a classic, and then it only makes 40 million on its opening weekend and grosses to 124 million, which is not bad at all. It's very good. I'm glad people went out to see this movie. It's not bombing. It already exceeded its $99 million budget. I'm just saying I'm a little surprised that it isn't a high grosser, like Minions or Inside Out, other animated movies that did very well this year. But anyways, number 9 was Spotlight. As you know, one of my favorites of the whole year, made $2,508,000, adding to a total of $20 million, and it just got its $20 million budget, which is very good. I'm not sure if Spotlight's going to stick around, unfortunately, for next week or anything. I think it'll be gone. It'll probably still be in theaters, but I don't think it's going to be in the top 10 because Star Wars is coming out and Sisters and Alvin and the Stupid Chipmunks, so it'll probably get pushed out, which is a little sad because I think Spotlight was a terrific movie and I wish more people went out to see it. But, oh well, it got an audience, and when Oscar season comes around and it gets nominated for many awards, which it will, it's inevitable, it'll probably come back into theaters and be like, hey, you didn't see this movie at first, did ya? Well, now's the time. And finally, number 10, Brooklyn, the movie I still haven't seen a trailer for. So, whoops, I should be on that by now. I apologize. It made $1 million this weekend, and that adds to a total of $14 million. And as you know, if you watched other box office talks, its budget was only $10 million, so it got $4 million more than its budget. It's doing fine right now, and it'll probably get nudged out of the top 10 as well. I'm not sure if this will be nominated for Oscars or anything like that. I'm not really sure if it will be that kind of movie. I'm not sure of its Rotten Tomatoes score because, frankly, I haven't looked. It's probably really high, though. I don't know if it'll come back into theaters for Oscar season if it's nominated or anything, but we will see. And now for the really fun part, the predictions for next week. And I'm saying really fun because it's interesting because Star Wars is coming out and 2 other movies are daring to open the same weekend as Star Wars, which, number 1, is pretty stupid, but number 2, hey, some movies have to do it, I mean, it was inevitable that some unfortunate movies would have to open with them, so they're kind of brave for taking it on. It's just they're also kind of stupid for trying. Anyways, number 1, without a doubt, there's just no question in my mind that number 1 will be Star Wars The Force Awakens. It'll break many records. I am freaking sure of it. I can't wait to talk about Star Wars, not only in my review for it when I see it on Thursday night. I'm seeing it IMAX Thursday night. I'm so pumped! But also for box office talk because it's going to probably break a lot of records. It's probably going to be one of the biggest movies of all time, and I can't wait to talk about that. But anyways, number 2, I'm going to predict that it's the Tina Fey and Amy Poehler movie Sisters. And number 3 I'm going to predict is Alvin and the Chipmunks The Road Trip, simply because the other Alvin and the Chipmunks movies never got number 1 at the box office. They weren't like big movies. Like the first Alvin and the Chipmunks movie on its opening weekend lost to I Am Legend. The second Alvin and the Chipmunks movie lost to the first Sherlock Holmes movie with Robert Downey Jr. And then the third Alvin and the Chipmunks movie lost to 3 movies. It got number 4. So it's probably going to open lower than Sisters. That's why I'm going to say Sisters is probably going to beat Alvin and the Chipmunks, even though it is a kid's film. I think more audience members, if they aren't going to see Star Wars for some reason, I think they will probably go see Sisters more than Alvin and the Chipmunks. And I'm going to say that number 4 is Mockingjay and number 5 is In the Heart of the Sea, even though I wouldn't be surprised if every other movie ever literally got $0 and they all just went to see Star Wars multiple times. But anyways, what are your predictions for next week? Leave them in the comments below. And if you got your predictions right for this week, you're going to get a shout out right now. Unless you didn't get it right, then sorry. You're probably going to get them right next week because it's kind of obvious. Because Star Wars will be number 1, that's easy, and the rest is also kind of easy. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.